In this video, I'm going to share with you my colony of Apistogramma species Abacaxi, an undescribed Apistogramma species from Brazil. The larger fish that you'll see in the video are all wild. They came to me from a friend of mine who collected them himself in Brazil, brought them back to the U.S. in a box with about 200 to 300 very small and unidentifiable Apistogramma. I took many of them home, grew them out, and most of them ended up being Apistogramma pratensis, but a few of them ended up being this target species, Apistogramma abacaxi. This is a larger, boisterous species in the Abacaxi group, and they can get quite mean, as you'll see in this video. What I ended up with was two really dominant males, and what I thought were two females, and I passed all the other Abacaxi on to friends of mine, and they all got pairs. But the two that I kept, or the two pairs that I kept, I was keeping in 10-gallon tanks over near the fish room, and as they got older, none of them would spawn. When I moved them here to the new fish room, I put them in a 30-gallon breeder aquarium, and the smaller fish immediately grew and started showing characteristics of males. So I had sneaker males, which are trying really hard not to be seen as males by those larger males in those small tanks they were in. So now I have to play the waiting game again. I've already placed 9 or 10 very small Abacaxi in this aquarium to grow up, and after I shoot this video, I'm going to take the two larger males out. Hopefully, I will end up with at least 2 pairs, or preferably 2 males and 4 or 5 females in this colony in this 30-gallon aquarium. The tank itself, as I've mentioned, is a 30 reader. It is filtered with a Perret foam sponge filter. I like using that elbow at the top of the filter because it creates some current in the tank. The substrate is a mix of SL aqua soil, which helps me maintain the pH down at around 5.0, and sand, an inert sand. There's a lot of driftwood in the tank, and eventually there will be a lot of leaves and other organic matter also help me to keep the pH low. The other fish in the aquarium are a group of Nanostomus rubrocaudatus, or the coral red pencil number 2. I like this species for Apistogramma because they're small enough that they're not going to prey on fry, but they're boisterous and tough enough to be able to handle the attentions of the male Apistos. They also like soft acidic water, and the tannins in the water really make their colors pop. I actually probably like those pencil fish almost as much as I like the Apistogramma. This big male Abacaxi really isn't showing off his best colors, so let's see what we can do about that. I'm going to add a mirror to the aquarium over near his preferred cave. We're going to watch him defend that space a little bit. You can use a mirror like this to initiate this kind of response, but it's not something that I would do a lot. It does kind of aggravate the fish a little bit, makes them pretty unhappy, but it is convenient for getting good photographs and good video. As I mentioned before, this big bruiser male and the other male the same size that are in the aquarium are going to come out right after I take this video. They're going to go into a display tank where they can live out their lives, probably not peacefully because they're pretty mean, but without having a chance of being able to spawn. Unfortunately, I think if I put a small female in with these guys, that female would be short for the world. But we'll let the other small males that are in this tank grow up and hopefully form pairs. We will leave you with this view of Apistogramma species Abacaxi.